Good morning, students. We have already learned fractions and its types. Let us recap a small portion of it. A fraction is nothing but a part of a whole. Let's take 1 by 3. Upper part is called numerator. The numerator is 1. The down part is called denominator. The denominator is 3. Today let us learn
comparing
fractions. Let us take two fractions, 3 by 4 and 1 by 4. Compare means we have to say whether they are greater than, less than or equal. Let us compare 3 by 4 and 1 by 4. Here two fractions are divided into the same total number of equal parts. Then we can say that the two fractions have the same denominator and the greater fraction is 1 with the greater numerator. Look at the picture. First fraction has 3 parts out of 4. Second fraction has 1 part out of 4. The picture clearly shows which one is greater, or other way we have to check the denominator. Here the denominators are same, so look at the numerator alone. Which one is larger, 3 or 1? 3. So 3 by 4 is greater than 1 by 4. Type 2. Let us take 2 by 6 and 2 by 16. Here the denominators are different but the numerators are same. Look at the picture. Every fractions represent two equal parts of the whole. In the first fraction, the whole picture is divided into 6 equal parts. Well, in the second fractions, the whole is divided into 16 equal parts. So, which one is greater? We can clearly see 2 parts out of 6 pieces is greater than 2 parts out of 16 pieces. Type 3. Let us take 1 by 4 and 3 by 8. Here the denominators and the numerators are different. In that case, we have to use the following steps. First step, take LCM of the denominators. Next, convert the unlike fraction into like fraction. Like fraction means those having the same denominator, then compare the numerator. So 1 by 4 and 3 by 8. First take LCM for the denominators 4, 8. How? Take the common divisor out. 4, 8. The common divisor is 2. So divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Multiply the right side factors. 2 into 2 into 2 equal to 8. Now the LCM is 8. Then convert the two fractions to the same denominators. Here the first fraction is 1 by 4. Now which number should be multiplied with 4? We get 8. Good. The number we want to multiply is, that is 2. So 4 into 2 is equal to 8. The numerator also want to multiply the same denominator, so your answer is 2 by 8. 3 by 8, here the denominator is 8. Now both fractions have the same denominator, 2 by 8 and 3 by 8. Now which one is greater, 2 or 3? 3. 2 by 8 less than 3 by 8, or 3 by 8 is greater than 2 by 8. Write the original number in that place.
So 1 by 4 less than 3 by 8. 1 by 4 is the smallest fraction and also 3 by 8 is the largest fraction. Let us watch the video.
Here we are comparing 2/4 and 3/4. One great way we can compare them is by using models or drawings. When comparing fractions, you want to make sure the models or drawings, or rectangles in this case, are the same size. If we had different size drawings, that would not work, so keep them the same size. Each of these rectangles is divided into 4 parts because the denominators are 4. The left fraction has 2 spots that are colored green, and the right fraction has 3 spots that are colored green. Looking at the two models, can you tell me which one is bigger or has more green? The fraction on the right, 3/4, is bigger than 2/4. The space gator's mouth always opens to the bigger number, so it wants to eat the 3/4. So we can say that 2/4 is less than 3/4. Great job! Now another way we could have compared these two fractions is by noting that the denominator is the same in both fractions. Both fractions have 4 total parts. This means that we can look at the numerator, and the bigger the number means that fraction is bigger. The numerator on the left is 2, and the numerator on the right is 3. 3 is bigger than 2, so we know 3/4 is bigger than 2/4. Here is a new problem where we need to find out if 1/4 is greater than, less than, or equal to 1/8. You might notice that the denominators are not the same. We are again going to draw or use a model to show the two fractions. On the left we have a circle that is divided into 4 equal pieces. On the right we have the same size circle that is divided into 8 equal pieces. The one piece in each fraction is colored green. By looking at the two, which fraction or green piece is larger? If you said 1/4, you are correct. 1 piece of 4 is bigger than 1 piece of 8. Imagine that you have a pie that you are sharing. If you only share it equally with 4 people instead of 8 people, you will get a larger piece of the pie. Another way we can look at this is by looking at the denominators and numerators. The denominators are not the same in this problem. We have 4 on the left and 8 on the right. The numerators, however, are the same number. If the denominators are different but the numerators are the same, the bigger fraction will be the one with the smaller denominator. That is kind of tough to follow, but let me explain. The denominator with the smaller number means it is divided into less pieces. This one has been divided into 4 pieces, while this one has been divided into 8. The numerators are both 1, so that means the circle with the lower denominator is bigger. We have just one more problem to do, so hang on tight. Looking at these two fractions, can you tell me if 1/2 is greater than, less than, or equal to 2/4? If you said equal to, you are correct. Each of these fractions are the same, or equal, to each other. 1/2 is equal to 2/4. It is easier to see this because we have the models showing us what each fraction looks like. Drawing a model can help us compare fractions. I hope that you learned a little bit of how to compare fractions.
2/3 and 3/5. Say we want to find out which one is greater. The best way to compare two unlike fractions is by making their denominators same. The question is, what do we choose as the common denominator? Well, we take the LCM of the two denominators as a common denominator. The denominators are 3 and 5. Hence, we need to find the LCM of 3 and 5. Since 3 and 5 have no common factors, the LCM will be their product. 3 times 5 equals 15. We have to make the denominator of each of these fractions equal to 15. Look at the first fraction. We write 2/3 as something over 15. We just have to find this something. To get 15 in the denominator, we multiply the denominator by 5. And to keep the ratio unchanged, we also multiply the numerator by 5. 2 times 5 gives us 10. The ratio is hence written as 10/15. Similarly, the second ratio also has to be written with 15 as the denominator. 3/5 equals something over 15. We have to multiply 5 with 3 to get 15. Hence, we also multiply 3 with 3 to get 9/15 as our second ratio. Now we have the same denominator in each case. These two fractions are actually like fractions. Remember, we haven't changed the value of any of the fractions. We have just written it differently. And to compare like fractions, we just compare the numerators. Since 10 is greater than 9, we can say that 10/15 is greater than 9/15. 10/15 is 2/3 and 9/15 is 3/5. Hence, the first ratio is greater than the second one. Remember, when the fractions are unlike, Make the denominators same.
Do the assignment. We shall discuss the solution in the next class.
Students, please check the answers with your solutions.
Thank you, students.